Almost every single day.
Working at a local TV station in Tuscaloosa. It was while I was in one of my classes that we started getting word that the weather was going to be a little rougher than we thought. So my professor asked if the station needed me, and at that point I was able to go to the station, and that's when things really started to progress.
West Alabama is bracing for more stormy weather.
And the same system has already been blamed for several deaths and destroying many businesses and homes all across the South.
I'm the news director and anchor at WVUA-TV. Being the news person, people are asking you, Lynn, is this going to be as bad as people say it is? And you really don't have any answer. It's really not in your hands. And at the same time, you're having to think about your own personal safety. This potentially could hit the building where we are right now.
So again, get in the lowest floor of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible.
We had converged in the studio to watch the tower camera, and we saw the tornado come down, take shape, and it became fairly large.
Don't take a chance with this thing. This is obviously a very dangerous situation what we're looking at.
But then in just a few moments, we saw it lift back up, and it goes back up into the clouds.
Yeah, it looks like it's lifting.
You can feel that collective sigh of relief.
It appears that it's not on the ground this second.
And I said it's going to get angry and come back down even worse. And in just a couple minutes, it did exactly that.
Looks like it's now touching down. This is the west of Tuscaloosa. Yeah, we're seeing power flashes. So we have an emergency situation. The tornado is now on the ground. It looks like it's now south of the tornado. We're watching live. This is coming right towards Tuscaloosa. Emergency for Tuscaloosa in North. And situation that's alive. So if you are watching this,
I've lived in Tuscaloosa pretty much my entire life. I was out of school working for my dad at the time. I had one of my friends, Nick, here with me.
oh my God.
As to exactly how much damage, what appears to me.
I'm an on-air personality program director for a radio station. All of a sudden, they started blaring the sirens. Oh my God. Tornado is right in front of the radio station. Look up at this cloud. Dots that just goes all the way up to the heavens. This thing is huge. It was breathtaking.
This is a very large tornado coming directly our way. This includes the University of Alabama campus. If you see anybody outside, tell them to give us out right now.
The majority of people who are gathered in that studio, Tuscaloosa's home for them.
This is coming right towards our television station.
You could feel the power of the fear just radiating from people.
We want to get everybody out of the hallway and into our studio if that is a possibility, because this is definitely a life-threatening situation.
We just all huddled underneath our news desk, and it was people that were working at the station as well as people that were just grabbed from outside in the hallway and told to come in. It was really utterly terrifying.
I see clouds moving like matter. We both begin to see kind of a torrential movement of clouds, but it was so close to the ground. I mean, it looked like it was right behind another house.
What is that cloud in the air?
It's the breeze. There's the breeze flying in the air, dude. Right there. Dude, that's getting loud. The rumbling of the ground and the pressure change and the sound growing louder and louder and louder came towards us. We were scared to the point of going inside. Oh my God, you're doing that. Oh the door. I see my tree disappear. I said, all right, it's time for us to go downstairs and get to a safe place. I grabbed all the couch cushions off the couch and threw them down there, and then just kind of laid on top of those couch cushions and put them behind me and laid on top of my friend.
Currently in our area, 46 degrees under clear skies. Tuesday, mostly sunny skies. High 67. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tuesday night, a few clouds from time to time. Low 50. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 68. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You realize your vows are a Whitesnake song?
I do. If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. How we doing?
Fabulous.
The firm's doing all its fearless there. You already got alarm?
Stay restless with the icon that does the same. The new RX, crafted by Lexus.
This is the 2020 RX 350 all-wheel drive for $439 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. Secret, all strength, no sweat.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Are you sure? Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits in addition to those found in original Medicare. Benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free with no obligation to enroll. In addition to hospital and medical coverage, at no extra cost, you can also get coverage for prescription drugs, dental, hearing, vision, and more. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 copays for many services, $0 monthly premiums, or $0 deductible. That's hospital, medical, prescription drug, dental coverage, and more included in one plan with premiums that may be as low as $0 a month. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 1-800-329-6002. That's 1-800-329-6002.
Oh, it's right there. That's a tornado right there. And then just kind of laid on top of those couch cushions and put them behind me and laid on top of my friend. of my room and our old computer room, the entire roof was ripped off. There was nothing left. It was probably about 5 trees laying on top of the walkway to the house. And in that situation, it was when I was positive that we were in danger.
We're going to have to get out of here. This house could collapse. This thing looks like it might be over 1/2 mile wide, maybe up to 3/4 of a mile wide. Now, Isaiah Harper, you're seeing a tornado right now. Tell us what you got.
It was monstrous. It was just huge. And it looked like, from sitting still at one point, that it had a mop. It had personality. I'm watching it go up. And at the same time, my wife is on the east end of Tuscaloosa, and my kids at home, and I'm wondering which way is this thing going to go. Either I'm about to die or my family is going to die. So it was the most scariest moment of my life. I mean, I saw my life sort of flash between my eyes.
Holy crap, guys. Oh my gosh. Wow.
While I was filming the whole thing, all I could think about was, is this thing coming for me? It looked like it was kind of making a turn in our direction. Got back inside. And then the station went dark. All we were left with was a giant black cloud that was staring at us.
Oh my God.
The last time we had one this big was probably March 21st, 1932, before my time. They destroyed so much of it.
We were huddled in this room. We were surrounded with this little television. This is where I've grown up. This is where I have raised a family. And now we were watching on live television the tornado rip through the heart of the city. And that was the first moment for me where you get that weak in the knees moment. It was traumatic.
Right down Skyline Boulevard here and Interstate 5920.
The quietness in the room was amazing. And then the TV went blank. I believe the tornado at that point was about halfway through our city.
All right, this is a life-threatening situation. We have a very large tornado coming right into the center part of Tuscaloosa. This includes our television station.
In that moment, you really don't know exactly what they're going to do. At some point, I started to pray.
This thing's coming right towards the University of Alabama campus. We're going to stay on air as long as we possibly can. We're getting power vision, a very large tornado on the ground right now.
Then, boom. It's completely gone. Everything went black. So I grabbed my camera and I just started running up flights of stairs in the building. And as soon as I got out of the stairwell, there it was. And all you can do is just look. It's such an overpowering feeling to be eyeball to eyeball with a killer like that.
At Physicians Mutual, we know that planning for retirement can feel scary.
I see you're about to turn 65.
Your Mix 106.9.
Actually, we're getting a Physicians Mutual.
Oh, great. She'll be covered. Retire with confidence. We'll listen and find you the coverage you need.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
April 18th is National Piñata Day.
Any more hacks into this account, you are dead.
Just become an AARP member. Get health tips, learn about the latest tech, have nights out at local restaurants and more. Get your AARP membership today.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. And I did this to my father. We were at home, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines pop. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I can feel it just lifting my skin. It feels great. Looks even better.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags?
Yeah, it absolutely could be a daily thing. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
Plexiderm has a special offer for you. Right now, you can get Plexiderm for up to 50% off, plus get free shipping. Order yours at plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
The big dogs. The old dogs. The deaf. Blind. The different. Subaru presents the underdogs. These shelter dogs still love unconditionally. They're just hoping to find a human who does too. To help, Subaru is establishing National Naked Dogs Day to ask you to please consider adopting an underdog, or do something extra special for your dog.
Well, we made it through another Halloween without getting eaten. This year was a close one.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Ooh, you feel that chill?
I don't feel anything.
Apostasy.
This can't be.
It's such an overpowering feeling to be eyeball to eyeball with a killer like that. It's gonna have the capabilities. You could feel the power of this monster. And when it came dangerously close, I ducked back into the stairwell and started to pray.
Here's something you don't hear every day. Miles Elvis has a new album, man. That's who I named my son after. Yes, the great trumpeter has been dead since '91, but his record Rubber Band was just released this September. And while we're celebrating, 2019 also marks the 50th anniversary of the famed Bitches Brew album that changed my life forever. In 1944, as a teen trumpeter in St. Louis, Davis was tapped to fill in for Art Blakey at a Billy Eckstine concert, and the pros encouraged him. So that same year, he headed to New York to study at the Juilliard School. But Charlie Parker liked his style enough to hire him, and he quickly left school for a real-life education. Davis's innovation spread across the subgenres of cool jazz and outgrowths of bebop. He influenced a couple of generations of players, and just as important, he allowed himself to be influenced by younger musicians, even outside of jazz. He was an outspoken fan of Jimi Hendrix, for example, and later he championed Michael Jackson's music. It was tougher than usual to choose which cuts to feature here. Davis made over 50 studio records. All I could do was cherry pick from among this impressive harvest. Enjoy these 8 great tracks from Miles Davis. Blueing. Many of us remember the influx of EP albums in the 80s, But 30 years before that, the jazz music industry used 10-inch LPs to release singles in a genre where tunes could go on for quite a while. From 51, the 10-minute bluing is so long that it had to be split over the two sides of the disc. Supported by the delicate touch of Walter Bishop on piano, plus 4 other top-notch musicians, Sonny Rollins, Tommy Parter, Blakey, and Jackie McLean. Bluing is a great example of Davis' more gentle bop style before it took a hard turn. Blue and Boogie,
Probably the biggest obstacle.
Oleo,
There were whole trees down
Drag Dog,
2x4s and signs.
Pinocchio, Nefertiti, Herbie Hancock, Sweet Pea, Water Babies, 1976, the year I was born.
Just a couple hours before.
I have all these records in my collection. Come get it, Star People.
Nothing left except for a few power poles that were broken off. Houses were.
This Is It, Rubber Band. Ooh, I need that one.
There's nothing structurally left of
By Miles Davis.
She said that she could hear people screaming for help. I think that's when we got out and we started trying to help.
Where's my fucking car?
As we were in the vehicle, I was getting updates about 2 communication towers being destroyed. About 80% of the city's heavy equipment was destroyed. 911 being gone. And a fire station being destroyed.
You would have entire houses that were blown off the foundation. You could see trees stripped of their bark. Most of the trees, in many cases, were just completely uprooted and tossed somewhere else. Cars tossed around like toys, crumpled up into balls like a piece of paper. A lot of people described it like a bomb went off, only over a long swath.
Hey, I'm Anne-Marie.
Your mix. These are Block 29. There's no information. Cell services dismantled. To see what that beast did to this city was unbelievable.
I saw people just emerging. People with cuts, bleeding, impaled objects. They looked to me almost like zombies.
I kind of describe it as an unraveling nightmare because we saw the landscape totally changed. It was unrecognizable. I was never really concerned about where I lived because I hadn't heard anything about Alberta or my apartment.
Isaiah, tell us where you are and what you got.
Are no more. They have been completely leveled. It's a complete disaster here, James. There was a Shell gas station on the corner of 13th and McFarland. And everything inside of that gas station was gutted by the storm except for the counter. And I remember walking up to a lady, she was still holding on to the counter and she was crying. She says, I wrote this storm holding on to this counter. And I'm not letting this go until somebody tells me for sure that thing is gone. And I said, man, the storm's moved on. And during that interview, she let go.
I'm just hoping the neighbors are all right, man. I know they have all those kids over there.
You're worried about some of the things that you have, but then that very quickly dissipates and you get to being where you need to go and check on everyone else around you. Come on, come on. town, and we all kind of know each other a little bit around here, especially our neighbors.
You okay?
It's a sketchy situation when you're dealing with high electricity in a disaster area.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta get over here. We have to check on these people. Hey, y'all okay? There's trees all up and down here. So,
The neighbors to my left, they had a couple of trees leaned over on the side of their house.
This is how we change the world from our smartphone. How Captain Starchild saved the world from his Samsung S9 Plus. Thank you, T-Mobile. Thank you, John Laguerre. Acquire Verizon now, bitch. Or feel the burn.
The only thing better than horsepower is more horsepower. Dodge Power Dollars buying the Challenger, Charger, or Durango. Get $10 cash allowance for every 1 horsepower.
Why do I keep falling asleep during the day? What's making me so tired? I kept asking myself these questions. It felt like I was more than tired. Then I was diagnosed with narcolepsy. There are 5 major symptoms. I waited too long to take action, but you don't have to. Visit morethantired.com now. Take the narcolepsy symptom screener and find a sleep specialist to share your results. Don't wait. Visit morethantired.com today.
I need new struts for my 2010 Chevy. Let me see struts by AC Delco, KYB, and any under $50.
We might be able to get some struts from the warehouse.
Why watch the counterman tap on his computer and hope he chooses the right part? Go to rockauto.com. Auto and body parts from hundreds of manufacturers. Choose the brands, prices, and features you want. Auto parts at the lowest price. Conveniently delivered to your home or business.
For drug-free sinus and allergy relief, experience Navage.
This time of year, I get so stuffed up, but Navage flushes my sinuses so I can breathe again.
Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, germs, mucus, and dirt.
My doctor recommends Navage to breathe better through my nose, and it works. Congestion's gone, and I feel great.
And Navage is so much easier than a neti pot.
Trusted by happy noses everywhere, Navage is nature's decongestant. Online and at these fine retailers.
Men, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, or what you do. You may have to deal with prostate issues. The ingredients in Super Beta Prostate help you support prostate health and reduce urges to urinate. It's a smart choice for all men.
My dad is a collector of life, but I finally got him to simplify. He even got the Jitterbug Smart 2 from Raycall, their simplest smartphone ever.
How much for this?
That was my daughter's. I couldn't work with that.
A redesigned menu and large screen make it easy to call, text, or email.
That was my wife's. I think I want to keep it.
Look at this thing. Still, I worry about him.
Sorry, not for sale.
But with 5-star urgent response right on the keypad, I know he can always get help.
One touch immediately connects him to highly trained 5-star agents who will get him help in any emergency, big or small. And with the Link app, alerts will be sent to the family if a call is made to 5-star.
Now it's easier than ever for us to stay connected.
Hi, honey.
Hey, Dad. How's it going?
Great. People love my stuff. No.
The easy-to-use Jitterbug Smart 2. Now get more minutes with new rate plans. Available at Best Buy or Rite Aid.
Always there in crunch time.
On the board. What's on the board? 100 ads for good. State Farm and strategy. Every good ad moving both. On the board.
At State Farm, we're challenging ourselves to each do 100 acts on the board. I'm here for State Farm and on the board. Giving back starts with us. Join us at neighborhoodofgood.com.
Staying connected to your community is more important than ever, so stream your news just like everything else we love. With Local Now. Local Now is everything you really should know.
Make it easy on those major highways and surface
Do
streets.
not want to miss everyday admission starts an absolutely must try. Just select your location. in your favorite app store.
Maya, same. Yeah, 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 yeah. Keeping the fame. Billy Joel's on board.
How you guys doing? The storm's gone. So sorry. Hey, you guys want to come over here?
Way downstairs when the doors going on and everything's flying around. I was trying to get That's pretty exciting, huh?
It was kind of a wild situation. You know, there was no power. Children were crying. You just try to do things as calm and take everything one step at a time.
I remember the first one we got to was an elderly lady, and the exterior bathroom wall had fallen over and just basically encased her in the bathtub. We went and just pushed the wall up and helped her up, and then me and Nate saw a little girl standing.
Yeah, 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 keeping the fame.
She was just standing there crying for her mom and her sister. We heard this.
Hey, everybody, turn on the Weather Channel.
A few minutes of digging, and we could hear the mom calling. We wound up having to tear a door off of some of the debris and used it as a backboard and carried the mom out. An ambulance that was there.
The first 3 patients that came to the hospital came by ambulance, and we never saw them on the trauma hall because they perished before they actually got into the hospital. It was very difficult because they're children. Patients came so quickly, and they just continued to come. It's like there was no end. Before you knew it, the whole emergency department was completely filled. People sitting on the floors. Rooms that were made for 1 patient would have 4 and 5 patients. The hard part is you would have mamas and daddies coming and looking for their children. So you have to tell them, I don't know where your child is. And so you have these panicked parents begging you to tell them that their children are okay. And you can't.
I'm sorry.
We didn't have some of the basic utilities that we needed to get by. It makes an uncomfortable situation, and the only answer is to try to keep your calm.
I didn't ask him. That's true because I did it.
He's not bleeding here. He's alright.
Okay, so now, we got her out, okay? She may have to watch it, but we got her out.
It's been about an hour or 2 getting them set up in an uncomfortable position and waiting for the ambulance to show up. Unfortunately, that little girl who had fallen down the stairs ended up developing some bad pneumonia from that night and passed away.
Been a massive construction here in the Tuscaloosa area, and all along the way we've seen scores of buildings that have been leveled.
I think it really hit me the next morning that the night video, you just don't know, but that first light of day chopper video was just horrifying.
Looked like it intensified just as it came into Tuscaloosa.
Didn't recognize anything. It could have been any place in the world. I wouldn't know what that was. Even though I've been doing this for 36 years and I've worked through many tornado outbreaks, this was the big one for me.
This is certainly one of the worst tornadoes I've ever seen.
There's just a fan on the side of it. The fact that we woke up to sunny weather was just very odd because we had just been through such a monster of a storm. This is fire station. We immediately started seeing damage, and one of the first real places that we saw was a fire station. Oh, this used to be the church. I looked up and I saw just this gaping hole inside this church. Oh, and every day they had this sign that was like inspirational. There was a chandelier that was still there. It was just this sad little church that used to be so grand and beautiful, and it was just crumbling. That was a scene that I will never forget.
You would hear someone screaming a name and just looking to see if they could find their loved one. There was one gentleman who just instantly fell to his knees and just started to pray. It turned out later that he was supposed to be inside that building. That building was a restaurant. And it just so happened it was his day off.
I did see some people who were pulled out that didn't make it, and there were also some people that we felt like we could hear calling for help, and we dig down and we can't find them.
There was this young college boy who came in, and he had some really significant chest trauma and head trauma. He reminded me of my son, and I felt like I wanted to be the one to take care of him. All I could think of was, here is this young man who did absolutely nothing wrong, but he's gonna die. And I knew he was gonna die. And it just broke my heart.
College students from the University of Alabama who live down there. I actually talked with one. She told me that she was in her bathroom when that tornado came through. She says only the bathroom was left standing in their house. As we were out there was a woman who said the storm blew her newborn baby out of her arms. Somebody heard a cry in the rubble, and she was determined that was her baby. We were all out there, we were digging, moving the bricks with her. But then our hearts dropped when we got to the source of the cry, and it was some kid's doll that had a crying mechanism in it. I don't believe to this day they ever found that child.
All straight, no sweat.
Looks like you're not sleeping well.
Yeah. How did you know? Megan! What? Hey! You're that guy! The My Pillow guy!
That's right, and I'm here to help you get the best sleep of your lives. Oh, you have a down pillow. Here's the problem with down pillows. You lay there, you feel comfortable, and guess what? It goes down, and you got one bent neck. So this pillow's no good, and I see you're sleeping on memory foam. Right. Well, I'll show you what's wrong with that idea. Okay. Sleep's all about too high or too low, and I'm going to show you where your comfort level would be.
You know, that feels better.
Right, that's better, but I'm not going to sit and hold this all day. So every morning you're getting up like, you know, it's not good. Just like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. I had tried every pillow out there and none of them worked. That's why I invented My Pillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck aligned. My Pillow will hold its shape all night long regardless of your sleep position for the best sleep of your life.
It feels great to wake up in the morning and feel well rested. It's shocking to me that a pillow could make this big of a difference in my life.
I make all my pillows in my home state of Minnesota, and I back them with my 60-day money-back guarantee. My Pillow has a 10-year warranty, and it's machine washable and dryable. Sleep is one of the most important things to your health, and My Pillow is one of the most important things to your sleep.
Call or go online to order My Pillow Premium, and Mike will give you a second pillow absolutely free. Use the promo code on your screen to get 2 My Pillows for the price of 1. Don't delay. Order now.
You're sleeping better.
Much better.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world is MyPillow.com.
If you're making more bathroom trips or waking up to urinate, pay attention. Super Beta Prostate is a best-selling formula because its ingredients can reduce urges to urinate. The results are real. Stop ignoring your urges to go. Get Super Beta Prostate.
Alexa, tell me about Neptune's Sorrow by Olivia Watson.
It's a masterstroke of heartache, brutality, and redemption.
The mist crept into the pivot hole beside her.
David,
What did you think of the book?
It's a masterstroke of heartache, brutality, and redemption.
You didn't read it, did you?
I didn't, but I will.
The Lexus NX, modern utility for modern obstacles.
Lease the 2020 NX 300 for $349 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
It's hurricane season. You need to know what weather is heading your way. America's Morning Headquarters has you covered.
We've already got some rain out there this morning and severe storms developing.
So start every day with the best in weather. Join Jen Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, and Jen Carfagna. Weekday mornings starting at 5 for AMHQ on the Weather Channel.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Are you sure? Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits in addition to those found in original Medicare. Benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free with no obligation to enroll. In addition to hospital and medical coverage, at no extra cost, you can also get coverage for prescription drugs, dental, hearing, vision, and more. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 copays for many services, $0 monthly premiums, or $0 deductibles. That's hospital, medical, prescription drug, dental coverage, and more included in one plan with premiums that may be as low as $0 a month. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 1-800-329-6002. That's 1-800-329-6002.
The energy level seems to be pretty low today. You can tell fatigue is starting to set in with some of these people who have lost everything. A few people.
Now we're doing stories about people who are still missing. And I did a story of little Michaela Edwards. She was a sweet, precious little 4-year-old girl. And she's with some of her family huddled, trying to hold on to some plumbing to protect themselves from the storm.
Edwards says the rest of his family survived by hovering in a bathtub.
And all of a sudden, 2 of her family members are okay, but they can't find little Michaela.
Family and friends searched this area around the clock.
We went to the VA hospital, and where they was, bringing bodies in from the tragedy that happened. And she was there. She was there, and she was gone.
Having to report that after holding out some hope that she may be found alive, I was really sad.
I wonder how far we're going to have to walk in order to get to an area where cars can actually travel.
We had no idea of knowing how bad the damage was. We just knew that we had gotten hit in our area. We ran out of supplies and we decided to go to University Boulevard, and there weren't houses anymore. Everything was gone. That was the biggest shock. We didn't get hit directly, anywhere near as hard as I thought that we did.
Okay, that's the missing office.
As we had gotten closer and closer to my apartment, we saw a building standing there.
Oh my god. There's someone in it. How did this?
I just kept thinking, I'm so lucky. I'm going to be able to get my things. I mean, we were celebrating.
No, that's the bottom.
We were not actually seeing my apartment. What we were seeing was my downstairs neighbor's apartment, and I was on the top floor, and the top floor was completely gone. It was just from on top of the world to it's worse than I ever thought. I don't know what to do. For a while, I kind of bumbled around in the debris.
Kitchen.
Stuff was just everywhere. It was just devastating. I kept looking through the rubble.
Oh my gosh, my grandma's pearls.
And at one point, we find my grandma's pearls that she had gotten me. Wow.
There's jewelry in there?
Not all of it, but there's some. And so that was a moment that gave me a lot of hope. Like, I could move on from this because I was getting little pieces of my life back.
tornado was down for about 80 miles. It was approximately at the widest point 1 mile. The maximum wind velocity was about 180 to 190 miles an hour. The death toll in my state that day was over 250, and that is absolutely inexcusable. I've got to take the energy I have and work on preventing this from happening again.
You can be a part of a process that can deliver information that's potentially life-saving, but we had one of the highest death counts ever. So it was one of those days that I don't think I'll ever totally forget.
I worked as hard as I could work. I still had patience left.
I feel like I didn't do enough. I could have done something else. And that's tough.
The President and First Lady offered hugs and handshakes to members of a community that has suffered the ultimate loss.
I've got to say, I've never seen devastation like this. It is heartbreaking.
I remember he would keep saying, Walt, I've never seen destruction like this. But I said, you know, Mr. President, you've never seen people fight back like this. Here in Tuscaloosa, it was the people that came to the rescue. And it made me so proud to say that Tuscaloosa is my home.
I was blessed that no one in my family was harmed. I realized that life is so precious. It really changed my outlook on life.
Since the tornado, I have become a firefighter. Being able to give back to my community in the weeks after the storm gave me a direction for what I wanted to do for my life.
When all the comforts of normal life are stripped away, you will see a beauty in people like you've never seen before. You'll see that person who has almost nothing give everything they have to help someone else. And no matter how bleak the situation may be, there's always hope.
Now on AMHQ Early, a storm has the East Coast on alert. We could be dealing with strong winds, high waves, and drenching rainfall this week. Plus, a winter blast is certainly on the way, where snow totals may stack up from this major system that's aiming for the Rockies all the way to the Midwest. And with this snow, in comes a bitter cold, where a blast of cool air will drop highs into the 20s this week. AMHQ Early begins right now. Good Tuesday morning to you. Meteorologist Ted Wood. It's a sloppy and soggy start to the day as some rainfall and light showers are pushing through Florida, but also the Northeast this morning. A line of storms already has caused havoc for people in Massachusetts. In fact, take a look at this video. This morning, a couple in Auburn, Massachusetts, they are grateful to be alive after a tree crashed onto their home. 81-year-old Bill Crosby was at his kitchen table yesterday when several tree branches smashed through the kitchen ceiling, just inches away from hitting him. His 80-year-old wife, Jan, was in another room. The couple says they must have a guardian angel out there. Auburn is about 10 minutes outside of Worcester, which got more than half an inch of rain and wind gusts of nearly 40 miles per hour. Let's stay in the Northeast right now, move to the Big Apple, where as if traffic in New York City were not bad enough, well, this morning you're also going to have to deal with that traffic plus a few showers out there, and that could slow your commute down a bit. You're looking live at where we will be seeing a wet morning. The rain, though, will usher in some cooler temperatures, and that cool down may go from high in the 60s today to the 50s tomorrow. Maybe, just maybe, more rainfall for us this morning. But I think most of the Northeast is actually drying out right now. And then once we get into tomorrow, more rainfall does work its way back into the forecast. We'll take a look at the satellite, or the radar rather, right now to show you where some of the rainfall is just to the west of the city. A lot of this is actually drying out, so I would not be surprised here in the next several hours if we start to see some of this rainfall push out. But let's take a look at the commute, though, this morning. I think overall, just cloudy out there. Maybe some low cloud ceilings at JFK and LaGuardia's airports. So that could perhaps cause some delays, too. And closer towards the city, 65 degrees by lunchtime. Still cloudy even into the afternoon rush. Notice, though, our temperatures from Yonkers to Newark do hover into the mid to upper 60s. But again, keep in mind, there may be some spots of fall out there, too. So slowly roll this morning if you come across that and visibility issues. From the Northeast, we work our way down into the Mid-Atlantic here, from Baltimore down to D.C. Still showers to the west, moving up through Hagerstown. As you can see, the intensity-wise, in terms of that dark to yellow shade, that's pushing to the north and east, and overall, that action...
See you on the flip side, bitches!
Make out where this front is. You think, actually, the front...